Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, the 23rd of April, 2020, and a huge happy St. George's Day to you. Now, in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you who was St. George and why do we celebrate him on this day. I hope you're all wearing your red and white to celebrate this special day. But before we begin, can you tell somebody in the room, what country is this the flag of? Now, I hope you all said England, but can you locate England on this map of the United Kingdom? Well done if you found it, and if you didn't, there's a big clue on the screen now, and you should be able to see that England is that lovely big green country at the bottom of the United Kingdom. Now, this is the exciting bit. On the screen now, you should be able to see the flag of St. George, the flag of St. Patrick, and the flag of St. Andrew. And when we join those three flags together, it makes the Union Jack. Can you spot the cross of St. George inside the Union Jack? And I wonder if you're really clever, can you spot which country is missing from our Union Jack? Now, St. George is the patron saint of England. Remember, patron means protector, saint means a holy person. So a patron saint is a holy person that protects a person or a place. So here in England, we believe that St. George protects us. You might be asking, was St. George real? Was he a real person? And the answer is yes. St. George was born in Turkey and lived during the 3rd century AD. Very little is known about his early life, but it's believed that he was born to a wealthy Christian noble family. He was a Christian and he became a Roman soldier when he was 17. He is known for his bravery and he protested against the persecution of Christians by the Romans. When they told him that he needed to praise another god, he said no because he was a Christian. And because of this, he was put in prison and he was tortured, but he still stayed true to his faith. So, if St. George was from Turkey, how did he become our patron saint? Well, King Edward III made St. George our official saint when he came onto the throne and became king in 1327. The patron saint does not have to be from the country that they were born in. They just need to embody the characteristics of the kingdom. What that means is they need to hold the values that we see as English people as the most important values. Our British values are democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, mutual respect and tolerance. And I wonder what values St. George needed to display when King Edward made him our patron saint. Now, when I think of St. George, I always think of him slaying a mighty dragon. But where did this story come from? Well, this story is a legend, and a legend is a really old story that's widely believed to be true, but it cannot be proved. And a little bit of context is in the olden days and in myths and legends that we read, we often hear about dragons, and people nowadays believe that these dragons were just bad things or wild animals that the people had never seen before. So our story goes like this. Once there was a knight named George. And when George was travelling throughout the world spreading the message of Jesus, he came across a town in Libya. In the town there was a small lake with a dragon living in it. The townspeople were scared of the dragon and they started feeding it 2 sheep a day just to keep it happy. But when they ran out of sheep, the king had to come up with a plan. and he decided to feed it local children. The children were picked at random, a bit like the lottery, but without the fun ending. Now one day, his own daughter was chosen, and as she was being led to the lake to be fed to the dragon, St. George happened to ride past. He offered to slay the dragon if the people converted and changed to be Christians. They all did, and George killed the dragon and saved the town and its people. It's reported that they later built a church where the dragon died. How do we celebrate St. George's Day? Well, this year it'll be a little bit different and we'll need to celebrate inside our houses. But usually villages and towns are filled with parades, with Morris dancers and marching bands, and some places that you go to will even have a reenactment of the dragon legend for you to watch. Today we'll be celebrating as a school, and if you want to get involved, don't forget our competition, details of which can be found on Class Dojo and Twitter. If you send us a photo of you wearing red and white or something that you've made, you'll be entered into the competition to win a special prize. So a huge thank you to the boys and girls that have already done that. So thank you to Isaac for his brilliant PowerPoint all about St. George. Thank you to Asta from Miss Wiswall's class for this fabulous dragon mask. Thank you to Ella for wearing red and white while doing your schoolwork. Thank you, Ian, for all your fact-finding about St. George. Thank you to Reese from reception for your fabulous costume and poster, and to the Hartley brothers as well for your amazing giant dragon. If you want to get involved, it's not too late. Tweet us, message us on Dojo, let us know what you're up to today. Happy St. George's Day. I hope that you and your families are staying safe and you're keeping well, and I can't wait to see you very soon. Bye.